Looking at the capital markets is how we're going to finish this presentation. As I mentioned 2 weeks ago, we're not overly concerned about the maturing loans that are coming for the rest of 2020 and in the next 2 years. Leverage levels going into the pandemic were very healthy, and no one particular lender type dominated the market like CMBS did in 2007, which you see here when they dominated 54% of that market. In terms of transaction volumes, we do expect a decline. It's hard to put a percentage guess on the percent decline that we're going to see. Certainly some property types are going to be worse off than others, but in a period where we see some price discovery being a difference in the amount of money that a bidder is willing to pay a seller for a property, we typically see declines in transaction volumes. Looking at March data, we see that we had a spike in the number of deals that fell out of contract. But even though this is a spike, it's still relatively low as a percentage of the total, less than 1.5%. What's a little more concerning is that the number of unique buyers that bought deals in the first quarter was very, very small relative to previous years. What this means is that bidder pools are thinning out. And while prices may not change dramatically, the number of people that are willing to pay market prices has fallen dramatically. Typically in periods of price discovery, we see cap rates increase as the number of comparable sales starts to evaporate. And we saw this in the wake of the financial crisis in all property types. The good news is that there's a wide amount of liquidity, not only in the debt market, but in the equity market as well, to come in and take advantage of acquisition opportunities should values fall and sellers may be in a position where they have to sell. Again, we don't expect the same type of distress that we saw after the financial crisis, and even the amount of distress that we saw after the financial crisis wasn't as high as many expected because of the willingness of lenders to allow borrowers time to try to sort out their problem properties. Looking at the construction market, we see that the majority of the delays are taking place as a result of permitting offices having a hard time facilitating permit approvals. As most of us know, the permitting process is notoriously slow to begin with. Imagine all these different divisions across the country trying to do this from home. 76% of survey respondents reported delays in permitting across the country. The other most prevalent delay related to the availability of labor on the job site. This started mostly as a result of spring break rolling through certain parts of the country, predominantly in the South, in early March. But over time, it evolved from spring break to lightened crews as a result of social distancing being necessary, especially in union-driven markets.